All right, we'll kick it off first. Let's just go through what it's been like. It's been just over a week since you've been a week from training. Talk us through what it's like considering having all that time off.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of excitement from the players. Everyone's still got that buzz about them. Really disappointing, obviously, with everything that happened in the last 10 to 12 weeks, but nobody could control that. And all the players have just focused on now what we can do, and that's training as hard as what we can, enjoying every session and focusing on the first game of the season.
Have you definitely felt a different lift personally for yourself in this past week, considering you haven't had the opportunity to train with amongst the teammates for such a long time?
Yeah, 100%. I think every single player would say the same thing, and that there's a real buzz around the place, which is important. People's fitness probably levels aren't as high, so that enthusiasm is what's getting everyone up for the sessions, and building on that fitness base. But then even doing small things like recovery down at the beach, everyone feels like they're buying into what Carl's done, and as a group, that's all you can really do.
Let's talk about Carl. He said he wanted to bring back the fun. Has he?
Yeah, I think so. I can only speak for myself and I guess the players I've spoken to about it, and everyone seems to be having fun. It's more of a conscious effort to have fun at training. Of course, we need to get fit, but you'd much prefer to be having fun while running than not enjoying it. So yeah, we've really enjoyed every session, and everyone's working hard, and like you said, we're trying to have fun, and that's the main objective.
For fans, what is fun? Like, how is training fun? How's he do that? How's he imply that or implement that?
Yeah, I think it's more of a mindset. We probably have the best job in the world. Well, I think anyway, we're footballers. Regardless of everything else that's going on, we get to go out there every day and train and play football. And just consciously being like, okay, well, this is a good thing to do. And then but when the games start, we then will get the results, and then that will bring hopefully some smiles to fans' faces, and for us it keeps that momentum going, because if we're not winning games, it's not going to be fun, is it?
What have you noticed differently between him and Gertjan?
Probably he's been quite open to feedback so far, so he's kind of asked the player, or told us some things of what he's going to be doing, and then asked if you can keep me, I guess, in what the players are thinking, so making sure that if we do certain things that the players are enjoying it, or if that's working or not. And I think having probably that relationship with a coach where you can speak to them and tell them if something's not working or something is working, I think for the coach that's an ideal situation, because then their job is to get us to play to the best of our abilities, which is going to then get the result which makes him look good. So it's a funny circle how it works, but if everyone's working together and on the same page, which is what I think he seems is doing.
I know Gertjan tried to implement that this year. Is that something that most coaches do with the player feedback, or is Carl very player driven?
I guess he's only been there for a week, and it was just a small conversation we had when we were doing the testings, and that was that he wants some feedback, and coming over to speak to certain players after training sessions, I guess to say what was good or what was bad, and if we understand certain things. And I think that's important to check in probably after sessions to see if a player didn't understand it, to I guess help them out, rather than just go home and player still comes in the next day and still doesn't understand it. So it's been really good so far.
Has he changed since being just an assistant coach to now being the top job?
Yeah, possibly a little bit. I guess before he was probably more so doing everything Gertjan wanted to do, where now he's got his own ideas. Training sessions are a little bit different, and everything so far that he's put in, I think the players have bought into, which is the main objective, I guess, of what he wanted for the first week, and now we'll start to build on that.
Without giving away too many secrets, you said training's different. Can you sort of give us, for like the fans as well, what's the differences that we would see normally?
I guess it's hard to explain, but I guess the sessions are more, getting players the quality rather than just the quantity of training. So it's short and sharp because obviously our fitness levels aren't that high, but actually listening to the players, I guess, how they're feeling, and giving days off that are required, so then once we come into training we can actually perform. I think that's something that Carl and obviously the sports science and physios have worked a good program out so far. It's worked well and no injuries today, touch wood, but everyone's looking really good.
Is it a bit strange having so much time to prepare for June or July 16?
Yes and no, I guess, because it's obviously the next game after the last one we've played, but we've had off 10 weeks, and I think most players in their career have never had 10 weeks off of doing football. Obviously you have an injury, but you're still around and you're doing things daily, where 10 weeks of doing not too much, and obviously a couple of weeks of that we're in lockdown, so there was only so much you could do. I think you need the 3 weeks, 4 weeks at least, just to get those football specific conditioning into the legs. I know myself, first couple of days you make some silly mistakes and you think, I can't even concentrate because my legs are gone, which then your head goes. So I think 4 weeks or 3.5, that's definitely should be enough time.
Do you hope to get a few pre-season games, or like sort of mini pre-season games or scratch matches before then?
I'm not too sure what the plan is for that. I think we'll just probably be doing it more in-house with the players. We've got, I guess, some youth players that have been training with us and they've been really good, and they're, I guess, going to be joining in, I think, with the NPL side, which will be really good for them, which obviously drives us up if they're pushing us. So, no, I think that will probably be what the plan is.
Just an A-League question in terms of the move to winter for next season. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's really good. I guess I can't comment on anything besides as a player, and we play in summer and it's really hard to run when it's 35 degrees. So the quality of football should be a lot higher. I think that's the main thing. Every foreigner that comes here talks about how much of a struggle it is to play in summer, and us Australians, although we get used to it, it doesn't mean your quality can be as high as the winter game, and playing juniors in the morning, seniors in the afternoon, and hopefully then the clubs get a real good connection with the local ones here in Adelaide is, for me, it makes sense. I don't know why it's never been like that before, and don't worry about competing against other codes and just worry about ourselves.